not Diekola. So my name is Ayoola Diekola. So Demola, I think you can take note of that. It's Diekola. Diekola.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. All right.
not Diekola.
Yeah, Kola. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
My bad.
Diekola.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah. So today we're going to be doing what the construction engineers. Sorry, please give me.
Okay, I think he's probably having a technical issue. So while we wait for him, I would like all of us to make sure that we have registered for this Mentors Day. It is going to be a big breakthrough for each and everyone's career, and I'm sure that you are going to love it. Please make sure you sign up for the Mentors Day program. The registration is in the link, is in the chat box. Sorry about that. He's in the chat box and he's back. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry, I had a little distraction here. So, okay. So I was saying, we are going to be starting with what a bricklayer calls laying of the foundation. Every building that is going to be constructed, starting from you want to see a very beautiful building, the first thing that comes to mind is how do we good morning, Teslim. Good to see you here again. How do you lay the foundation? Buying of the land is not always a problem, but the structure that you put in place to be able to ensure that the foundation is very strong. You start talking about the types of iron you are going to be using. You're going to be thinking about the kind of um, the volume of the cement. You don't talk about the type of sand. You don't talk about the thickness of the floor. So that's what I'm going to be doing here today. And then I'm hopeful that by the end of today's class, we'll be able to, come out and really understand what information systems really means. Don't forget that I said the other time that I'm just here to talk about what is information systems. A lot of us here, I know we have in one time or the other come across what information system is. But before I start sharing my slide, one of the things I always like to do is to ensure that everybody on the call really understand what we are about to do. So before we start, let me just first hear your expectation. Yeah, what is your expectation for this course? So currently have um a total of 28 people on the call. So let's just say a total of 25 people on the call. So I want to know your expectation. What is your expectation for this course? What do you think at the end of the day you want to achieve? What do you think you want to take home at the end of the day? So if it's possible, if you want to speak up, you can just raise your hand. We are going to unmute you. And if peradventure you don't want to speak, you can just help me type it in the comment section, that's the chat section, and just tell me what is your expectation for this diploma in information systems. What is your expectation? So I can be able to let us know, or probably we can be able to know what some of us really want to achieve at the end of the course, and then be able to align this particular course to make sure that everybody on this call expectation is met. So before we start, let's quickly start by saying what is information systems. Information systems. So everyone, let me know your expectation for this. Yeah, thank you very much, Bolariwa. Thank you very much. At the end of this course, my expectation are that I'm able to use Scrum, Power BI. I can tell you 100% your expectation is going to be met. Thank you very much, Bolarin, for that. Wow, for that. Yeah, do I have any other person? Let's take four more. Four more. Yeah, what's your expectation? Yes, at the end of this particular training, you're going to learn a lot of tools. Yes, a lot of tools. Yeah. I need four more people before I continue because I'm very sure we have a need that needs to be met. Thank you very much, Bola and Riwa, for that. Thank you very much, Fatima. It's to increase in knowledge and leverage on the knowledge gain. I'm telling you, this particular session will open your eyes to a lot of things. It's going to open your eyes to a lot of things. So let's take three more. Three more. Yeah. Everybody in the chat section, let's quickly do that. What is your expectation? Okay, thank you very much, Joseph. Knowledge and understanding of using different tools. Okay, beautiful. You are not going to be disappointed. Yes, I can promise you that. Yes. So let's take two more. Let's take two more. So I'm very sure some of the tools that Bolariwa has highlighted it's going to be um it's going to be spoken about. You'll be trained about it during the course of this particular session. Thank you very much, Amaka. So at the end of this, I want to be able to increase my knowledge and be very, very skilled. Yes, don't forget that you're going to be using different tools. Yes, different tools. And those tools are going to help you to be able to make decisions. It's going to help you to be able to analyze. It's going to help you to be able to ensure that uh, you are qualified to be an information system expert at the end of the whole session. So Kevin says, I'm looking to transition into tech. Wow. And this is more likely my first baby. Wow. Baby step into understanding what it is all about and getting knowledge and skills. Don't worry, Kelvin, you won't be disappointed. And I'm happy you are taking this first bold step. Yes. This is a very, very bold step, and I can assure you that your expectation is going to be met. So, lastly, let me talk about Michael Adebayo said, yeah, it's software development I was hoping to have before. I realized that it's an information system that is available. Hopefully, I want to be able to say it is worth it. Don't worry, information system encompasses both hardware, software, and every other data and every other aspect of IT. So you really be happy you attended this class. Do you understand? So I'm going to try my best to be able to ensure that the fundamental class is as engaging as possible. So a message also said my expectation after today's class is to gain knowledge and to be able to apply that knowledge in reality. Yes, don't forget I said that we are going to be having what 100% hands-on at the end of this session. And lastly, and I'm going to be reading that Mr. Mr. Steven, Mr. Tayo. Yeah, Mr. Steven is my very close friend. Yeah, very good friend. It's good to have you on this call. I expect a dynamic mix of theory and hands-on on learning and improve my technical skills. I think I would like to also recommend. I don't know if Madam Edith is on this call. Um, but Demola, can you hear me? Hello, Demola, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you loud and
Yeah.
clear.
Sorry, I want to recommend something. If you are going to be at the end of the year, probably when you are doing the general something, I think there are two people that I think are on this call again, that have been following Transformation College back to back, virtually all your courses. So like Teslim and Mr. Steven,
Evening,
please.
very acknowledge.
Yes, let me remember to uh what's it called? Recommend them for an award in Transformation College. At least they are really participating and they've been following. Let me say they are one of your most valuable persons on these calls. Yeah, sincerely, I can tell you that they are always here for Transformation College. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
All right,
The 12.
thank
So
you.
when you have the opportunity, please let me remember or remind everybody on the call to always put them as one of the people that are going to be getting barely an award. I'm just saying, yeah, just a recommendation from me.
All
Yeah.
right, all right.
Thank you
I'll
very much.
pass
So
it
Mr.
on.
Tyler said, thank you. Mr. Tyler said, I expect the dynamic mix of theory and hands-on learning and improve more technical. Yes, sure. Um, it's not going to be only theoretical, but it's going to really help you, to be able to shape the way you make decisions, as an IT expert. So it's going to help you. And don't forget, as I said the other time, you're not only going to be doing theoretical here, we're going to be making sure that it is purely hands-on. Yes, it's going to be hands-on. And I want to assure you that all the trainers that are on this call, they are experts at what they do. They are going to really assist you. They walk you through. They're going to make sure that you are able to get the necessary knowledge that impacts your niche. Do you understand? And I'm very happy that the person that's going to be taking over from me next week also. You really love him. You'll be very happy, and how do I call it? It's going to really lay the necessary or continue from the foundations I'm going to be laying today. So without wasting much of our time, I want to welcome you all once again to Diploma in Information Systems. So we're going to be talking about the fundamentals of what of information system this morning. Permit me to share my screen, please. So if in case you have any question, you can please just drop it in the chat section. If you can't hear me because I'll be going on the full screen, please Demola, please let me know so that I can be able to take note of probably network or any other challenge. I hope network won't be a problem for us today. So I'm sharing my screen and confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen, Mr. Ayoola.
Okay, thank you very much. So today I said we are talking about the fundamentals of information systems. So I want to believe that everybody on this call does not understand what information security really means. So that's what I want to assume. So, or let's do like this. What do you understand by information system? What do you understand by information system? So let me just take like one or two persons. What do you understand by information systems? So when somebody tells you IS information system, what does it mean? Is it the same thing as information security? Are you getting me? Is this the same thing as information science? Is it so? What is information security itself? Do I have it on my screen? But I'd like somebody that can assist me to be able to tell me what they know about information security. So, what is information security? So, what is information security? So, you want to let us know what information security really means? Everybody, somebody on the call that want to talk. Should I call someone? Okay. Thank you very much. Somebody has built us out. Says at the end of the lessons, yes, sure. But I think Jacob, um, you've been in one of my sessions before. I think Jacob is from Ghana, right? Please confirm that, Jacob. Are you from Ghana? Okay, Jacob, let me know. I think you've also been on one of my calls before. So I want to confirm. So, okay, as I was saying the other time, so what is information system? What do you understand by information system? Okay, thank you very much. From Zambia. It's good to have you on the call. So, what is information system? What do you understand by information system? Everyone, what do you understand by information? I need somebody to just give us an idea of what you understand by information system. Everyone, quickly. What do you understand by information system? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Somebody has helped me. Mr. Tayo said InfoSec is all about protecting. Thank God. Thank God I asked. InfoSec is what? Information security. What we are doing is information system. Hello, everyone. Okay, so Zatayo, information security is the definition you provided. That is the protecting of information and systems. So that's the protecting of what information and the systems. So from unauthorized access use, that is information security. So Amaka, thank you. You said an information system is a formal system designed to collect, process, store, and distribute data, transforming it into useful information for decision making. Thank you very much. Let me look at Michael. Michael said information system comprises of hardware and software. Thank you very much to collect useful data. That is, you need to have an hardware and you need to have also a working software that is used to collect what data. Then to now add it to what Amaka said, to be able to what? To be able to process a useful information, for decision making. I love this. So Joseph said component that collects and distribute data for problem solving. Wow, this is beautiful. Wow. So Mr. Teslim says an interconnected, wow, I like that English, an interconnected set of components used to what? Used to collect, store, and process data. And lastly, Kevin is helping us say, my understanding is this. Information system is a setup that helps us, number one, collect, number two, store, number three, manage, and number four, share information to help make better decisions and get work done. Sincerely, we need to clap for ourselves because we are all correct. What information system does is just to collect, to store, to manage, and to be able to share that particular information to be able to make a decisive decision. Are you getting me? So thank you very much, everyone, for these definitions. They are all correct. So before we move on again, when it comes to your mind about information systems, we want to talk about what do you think really affect your life in making real-time decisions. You want to talk about, okay, as a professional, as an organization, as an individual, what do you think really affects your life to be able to make the right decision? So I'll just put it in a very simple term that information systems helps people and organization to what? To manage data and make smart decision. So if you follow the 5, 6, 7 definitions that we've mentioned initially, you find out that the only uh, definition that summarizes all these things, I mean, the information systems, which is what the collection of data, right? What we can say is that what it helps people, it helps organization to be able to manage their data and make smart decision. So this system are invisible architects shaping our daily experiences. So from grabbing a coffee to navigating the complexity of a global market. One of the things you need to also understand is that information systems are not just about technology. Yes, you need to understand that information systems are not only about technology. They're about using the right tools to be able to solve real problems. So the reason why we are here to be able to learn what information system really is to be able to do what? To be able to solve real life problems using some of the tools that are going to be used to help individual, organization, people, and everyone around you, even normal problems that occurs in the immediate environment, you use that particular tools to be able to what? To solve all those problems. So I say whether you are running a business or you are managing a school, yes, or probably you are working in a government parastatals, information systems is going to always help you to do what? To work smarter and faster, and probably it's going to make your work to be much more better. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So, in a real term, using this material that's going to be shared to us, so let's just highlight it so that you'll be able to get it. So, information system what is a set of components. Sorry, is a set of components that helps to number one gather. Number one, gather. That is collect from Kelvin's definition. Analyze. That's number two. Maintain and do what? And distribute data. So let's say it only does four things. That is to gather information or collect information, to be able to analyze that particular, sorry, gather data, that is collect data, analyze that particular data, then to be able to maintain or manage that data, then distribute that data, which is what? To be able to share that particular information that is being what? That is being managed and gathered together. So these are the things that what information system really do. I think that is very clear. I was trying to tell us that there are difference between information system, information security, and information technology. Don't forget I said the other time that information system does not only focuses on what? Does not focuses only on the tools. Sorry, on the technology. Sorry for that. Does not focus only on the technology. It focuses most on the what? The tools that are being what? That are being used to solve real world problem. So let me just pick this definition again so that we won't get it wrong. What is information systems? Information systems helps organizations and people to be able to manage data and make smart decision. Or you can say um, information systems is a set of components that helps to what? To collect or gather, analyze or store, manage or maintain, and distribute data to be able to what? To be able to make a smarter decision. So all the endpoints of these four components is to do what? Is to make a smarter decision. So let's move on. Information systems and information technology. Why they often overlap, like the way Mr. Tyers was saying the other time, they always, try to want to overshadow each other. But we really need to understand what information technology really means and what information systems really stand for. Number one, the thing that you need to know that the sole focus of information technology is technology. Let me do that. Look at it, everybody. Look at my screen. So the reason why we have information technology is only to focus on what? Everything technology. That is the processes necessary to establish and maintain computer system, network, and applications. So anything outside that, it is not information technology. So we want to focus on the infrastructure. We want to ensure that systems are operational. We want to ensure that we maintain hardware and software. That is what? Technology. Now, let's look at information systems, as I said earlier. So, even though information system is concerned with technology, don't forget we said it is not only about technology. It focuses more to include the people, the organization itself, who are part of a system process and how this system supports organization goals. So all that is concerned in the information system is how to ensure that there is what? A smarter output, a better output from whatever you are doing. So this integrates technology with business processes. It supports decision making and strategy. It helps to enhance organization efficiency. So these are the difference between information technology and information systems. So information system integrates technology into business process. Technology is only Information technology is only concerned with what? With technology. That is the infrastructure, the running the system operations, the maintenance of the what? Of the hardware and the software. That is technology. But when it comes to information systems, it helps to integrate all those technology with what? With businesses. You talk about how a particular tool matches that particular business that you are working with or organization you are working with. We want to talk about how that particular application, is relevant to what the organization does. So supports decision making and the strategy, then enhances what? Organization efficiency. So let's go look at um, information system in action. Though and we have a sample here which is using what's it called, the COVID-19 pandemic as an example, and we say that to put the power of information into perspective, you know, we need to consider a village in let me say in Jebode in Ogun State, Nigeria. So with limited resources, they have access to healthcare even more restricted during the COVID-19 pandemic. So researchers created a mobile phone app for symptom reporting, telehealth, and assessment to improve the health of the vulnerable geriatric population and protect them from the disease. So approximately 60% of the geriatric population used the app. So significantly improving what? Healthcare for the community. So let's look at some of the innovations that we have that has to do with information system. I said, that we have different organizations, we have different niche, and we really need to understand some of these real life examples before we really move on. I mentioned the other time while I was trying to show you what's on my screen, and that is during the COVID-19 when we had issues of getting information to the what to the uh uh to the grassroots level. That is most of the villages, let's put it that way. So we find out that, or probably the researchers find out that in those villages, there are still some of them that has phones that can access the internet. So they now ask the question, what can they do to be able to ensure that this particular uh this particular kind of people have access to this information, and they can also help to distribute those information around the whole villages or the grassroots level. So what did they have to do was that they created an app. Are you getting me? So they created an app, and it's called Project Olofe. So it's the implementation of novel health technology for healthcare delivery during COVID-19 in geriatric population of Ogun State, Nigeria. So what it did was that it will help them interpret that COVID-19 symptoms. They can take they can answer some questionnaires, they can take directly interact with consultants, which are doctors or anybody or nurses from that particular applications. And how do they get all these things? All those processes of integrating the application to the people itself, integration of the of the content. Are you getting me? to the right set of people, that is where the information systems comes in. So the information system in action using the technology and information helps everyone address critical concerns and helps them to improve lives. Let me give you some of the other real examples that we might be very familiar with. Uh, I've mentioned what's it called? Project Olofe, which was developed specifically for people in the grassroots, to be able to really understand what are the symptoms of COVID-19 and other things. Another examples of, don't forget I said all the process brought together to be able to come to the conclusion, that decision that it is an application that we need is what? Is the information system. We have the healthcare too. We have the management information system for healthcare, and what they do is that it helps hospital to to track patient record and what help them to be able to make decision. If you go to most of the organizations now, you find out that there's something we call NHIS, or probably insurance scheme, health insurance HIS. So if you don't have NHIS, you can have one of the insurance schemes. So you can have them, and the process at which they are able to arrive at getting that technology to be able to relate to the right set of people. Don't forget that it is what people driven is called what? It's called information systems. So let's quickly move on. Let's move on. So we have basically 5 components of information systems. We have basically 5 components of information. So there's 5 components of what? Of information systems. I don't call it components alone. I call it the real aspects of what? Of information systems. They are called the real aspects of what? Of information systems, or basic parts of information system. Though we have just five. Just five. The first one is hardware. Don't forget that we said the other time, and if you look at the definition that we had initially, you understand that it's a component of a lot of things that are interconnected. I think I like Victor's, let me check again, Victor's definition that said interconnection. What is that? I think Victor. Where's Victor, please? I think, was it Victor? Okay, sorry, Teslim. He said an interconnected set of what? Components. Are you getting me? Which are what? The basic parts that is used to what? To collect, to store, to process any data. So let's go look at some of the 5 components that we have for process for of information system. So we need to understand that all these things are just to ensure that we are able to work easier and make our job very, very what? Much more faster. And the first one of the core components of information system is what? Is hardware. Is hardware. Yes, is hardware. Um, you ask me what is an hardware. We'll talk about it. Software, the second one. Everybody knows what a software is. Okay, let me ask everybody on the call. Just one person, please. I need it in the chat room. Can you give me a simple definition of a relatable definition of software? Yes, like something that when you hear software, don't make it complex. Yes, when you want to explain to a 90-year-old person, or somebody that does not even understand what technology, or does not even have an idea of IT, how do you explain what a software is. Okay, let's say hardware and software. How do you explain to them? I need one person in the chat room, just one person quickly. One person. I'm waiting before we move on. Just one person or two persons. I will like it. What do you understand by software? I have definition on my screen, but I just need you to let us understand that we are not just here to only talk about technology. We're here to talk about the interconnectivity of a lot of components to be able to make smarter what decision by gathering them, by storing them, by analyzing them, and by doing what? By processing them to be able to ensure that we get a very workable what? Workable information. So thank you very much. I've gotten few people here. So let me look at it. Aldi Elizabeth said, hardware, what you can touch. Please, I need all of us to clap for Elizabeth. She said, what we can touch and feel. Yes. So a device that can be touched, that's the physical one. Thank you very much. So Joseph said, what hardware can be seen? So now if I have a computer and you can see the casing, you can see the keyboard, you can see they are what? They are all hardwares, all those things that are seen. Yes. Why Anthony said hardware is tangible components. Very good. Software is intangible. One is tangible, the other one is what? Is intangible. That is, there's one that you can see the way it works, the other one, you can only see the output. You can never see the way it works. Software can be seen. Software can be seen. Joseph, hardware can be seen, software can be seen. Okay, can't be seen. Thank you very much. Software can be seen. I think I missed that. Okay, Elijah said programs that tells the computer what to do. So it gives an action. It gives detailed instructions to a computer. So software is a set of instruction or programs that tell the computer what to do. So software are the set of instruction of programs that tell the computer what to do. Thank you very much, sir. So Fatima also said a software controls and manage the basic operation of a computer. I have excellent people on this call. Tessim says hardware is physical, software is intangible. Yes. So maybe we should just say hardware is physical, software is unphysical. So instead of saying physical intangible, so just say software is unphysical. I'm just joking. Or invisible. One is visible, the other one is what? Is invisible. So thank you very much. Lawa, thank you for this. He said software is a set of instruction, program, and data that tells the hardware what to do and how to do it. Okay, quickly before we move on again, let's quickly talk about what do you understand by data? Yes. Then I'm going to explain everything together. So let's just use the opportunity to just answer that. Data. Yes. What do you understand by data? Some people say data is information. Some people say no, data is data. Some people say information is information. I don't even know what's the difference between the two of them. But I want to know, how do you explain to a layman what data means? Data, what does it really mean? What do you understand by data? A lot of us, don't even know the meaning. Yes, I can tell you that. A lot of people don't know the difference between information and data. So let's quickly do that. In the chat room again, what is data? So what do you understand by data? Don't forget I have them on the screen, but I don't want you to use what's on the screen. I just want you to give me your own definition. Every one of us is correct. Either you are wrong or you are right. Yes, we are all correct because that is what we really understand. So let's do it together. Data is unprocessed information, more like raw fact. Thank you very much, Mary. Data is raw facts. Yes, raw facts. Hmm. 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 Raw facts. Can you give me an example? All of us are saying raw facts. Can you give me an example of raw facts? Okay, I need two more people. Mary and Mr. Tayo said data is raw fact, unprocessed information. So data, I like this, is the set of values representing a specific concept. Who's this person? Coming? Julius. Wow. Julius is a professor. Is any contents anything enter to a computer to be processed. Any set of values. These people are professors. It's the set of value representing specific concepts. That's the what? That's the raw fact. So specific concepts. So data is a set of information used to analyze and make decisions. This is beautiful, Michael. Data is a set of information used to analyze and make decision. Hmm. 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 Michael, are you sure? Are you sure, Michael? Can somebody help me analyze that particular definition? Data is a set of information. It's a set of information. I think something is wrong with that definition. I need somebody to help me correct that definition. So data is a set of information used to analyze and make decisions. Okay, okay, that's Michael. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but something is missing in that particular definition. So Joseph said data are facts, figures, informations. Figures, informations. I don't understand. Joseph, can you put more light to that? Data are facts, figures, information. Maybe you should help me. I like that. So like numbers or word or measurements. So facts or numbers, yes. So they are not useful on their own until they are processed. Thank you very much. Okay, quantitative numbers, qualitative, descriptive. That is, the information is the qualitative, while data is what? Is the quantitative. Thank you very much. So data is a collection of unorganized facts. Information is what? Processed and organized. Data is unprocessed information. Yes, data are facts and statistics collected together for analysis or decision making. Let me just take this. Data are facts and statistics collected together for reference or wow, thank you very much, everyone. We are all correct, but um, but I have an exception to just one. And then let me go back. Data is not a set of information. No, data is not a set of information. Data is a set of uh, processed information. So there should be the word process there because data are not real. Do you understand? They are just assumed figures or numbers. Do you understand? So they are not just set of information, they are processed information. So all those things that combines to any information that you get today, they are what? They are processed. So those particular things or the component that makes that particular information is what we call data. So data are facts. Thank you very much for this. Figures, information in form of numbers or that can be stored, processed, analyzed. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, data is a collection of unrefined information that requires processing to become consumable. So let me quickly go through what I have here. And one of the things that you need to understand that we've learned on this call about the top three core components of information, which is the hardware, the software, and the data, is that the hardware is the physical tools, or you can say they are the ones that can be touched, feel. Are you getting me? You can feel them, you can touch them. So example are like your computers, your phones, your servers, your network, your storage used to collect like your hard drive and so on and so forth, your processes and what and your stored data. So these are what? These are hardware. These are hardware. They are what? They are something that you can touch, that you can feel. So what is software? Software are applications, the programs that what runs on the hardware. Am I right? They are applications, programs, what other thing? Applications, program, what other English can we use again? That run on hardware. So what does it do is that it enables users to be able to what? Perform specific tasks, from operating system to specialize. Thank you very much. Somebody has helped me out. Okay. Uh, from operating system to specialized business apps. So the program that run to what on all hardwares is called what? Software. And the people that develop software, they are called what? software developers, right? The people that does with engineer, they're called computer engineers. So now let's go to data. So we said that there are raw facts. You can see there are facts and what figures that are being used to be able to process, that's being processed into what meaningful information. So they provide context and meaning for personal and professional use. So whatever gathering of data, that is, we can say that uh the combination of data, are you getting me? The combination of data processed is what we call what? Information. But with that being processed, it is what? Still called data. So the fourth component is people. People, the individuals, the users who work on that particular system. So the people or individual who use that particular systems, that's people that includes the end users, the IT professionals who designs, develop, and maintain it. So the last one is the processes, or we can call it procedures. Procedures are set of instructions and rules governing the use of what? Hardware, software, data components, the people, and even ensuring that we have consistency and there's reliability in the system itself. So you can say procedure can be defined as the steps we follow to get things done. Steps to get things done. Or we can also say they are the what? They are the set of instructions and rules that govern the use of what? All these other four components. So whenever you want to work on the hardware, there's a what? There's an instruction on ground that you need to follow. When you are developing any application, there's a what? There's an information or there's a document that talks to what you really need to do. When you talk about the data, processing of data, the data analytics, the data scientists, and every other people that work with data, you find out that they need what? A particular instructions that gives them what to do. And this is why we do all these things to ensure that there's consistency and there's reliability across all the systems. So now I'm not going to be I'm not going to go through this. We can go through this in our leisures. So we're able to explain what the physical devices means, that is the hardware. We've mentioned it that we need to understand what it is. We've spoken about the software, we've spoken about the data, which is the core assets, and we said it's what a lot of people said it can be either quantitative or it can be what qualitative. And the qualitative data is numerical information, the statistics there, financial data, marketing trends, and the qualitative data that is non-numerical information like customer names, photos, and their opinions and descriptions. So these are the what are the different types of data, the quantitative data that is it deals with what numbers, the qualitative data deals with what non-numerical information. So we have the people, these are the people that interact with the system itself, that is the information systems, and this includes all the end users who input and retrieve data, the IT professionals who design, develop, the managers, the stakeholders, and every other person within the organization. And we have the procedure, which is what the set of instructions and rules that govern the use of what all these other four core components of what of information systems. So let's go move to types of information systems. So let's go move to types of information systems. So we have the executive information systems. That is the EIS. We have the executive information systems. So we have the decision support systems. We have the management information systems. We have the transaction processing systems. So apart from categorizing these information system into different components, they also have different types based on their scope. Don't forget that we have different domains in every organization. So in every organization, we have in a banking organization, for an instance, we have the customer support differently. We have the software or IT team differently. We have the banking, which we call finance. Most of the time they call them FinCon differently, and so on and so forth. So we have the different sections of what we have, the compliance, we have all of them, they have different sections. So the reason why we really need to understand this type of information is to be able to ensure that we are able to group all of them based on their what scope and functionality. We'll be able to base them on their scope and their functionality. So let's look at the executive information system. So what does it do? Is that it supports the strategic information needs of a top executive for development goals, projects and plans, often interorganizational. So this one particularly, this type of information systems only works for executives of an organization, the managers, the CEO, the COO, the head of units and all these things. All the things that it does is really to ensure that it helps them in developing goals, projects, and be able to what? To plan whatever that they really need to put in place in that particular system. So another one is decision support system, that is DSS. So assist senior managers in decision making by providing interactive tools and data analysis for routine, short-term operational decision. So we also have the management information systems, that is the MIS. So this one gives manager reports to track progress. So this one gives managers the report to track progress. It helps managers and let me say it provides middle managers or managers with reports and summaries, e.g., budget cash flow statement, to be able to ensure that the goal of information system is being achieved. That is what is will to what support a decision, to be able to arrive at a very meaningful decision. So we also have the transaction systems. So we also have the transaction processing system. This one is basically used in the bank. So this one handle daily tasks like sales and payments. Yes. So it handle day-to-day transactions for frontline staffs such as order processing, payroll, inventory reports, and customer. So we can just go through this in there. So one of the things that you need to also understand, we also have ERP. So this one connects all parts of the businesses together. I'm very sure we've all heard about ERP and ERP solutions. So it's a system that integrates various types of information systems and business processes across an organization. Don't worry, we'll talk about it very well for the end of this class. So let's go talk about another one, and that is a uh CRM. Yes. So we also have CRM. CRM also manages customer relationship. So most of the organizations that has a lot of customers that they attend to, they want to talk about the tickets, they want the ticketing, they want to talk about contacts of the support, they want to talk about relating of let me say supports. Do you understand? So the CRM manages all customer relationship in organization. I said the ERP connects all the part of the businesses, the ERP, the TPS, that is the transaction processing systems, the MIS, the DSS, the EIS, everything. It combines all of them together in one place. So let's go look at the coffee shop experience again. This is very important because you need to think about when you walk into a coffee shop, from ordering to receiving your particular order through the lens of IS, that is the information systems. One of the things that you need to understand is that it was the information system experts that detailed all those processes. So we had to come when I get to a coffee shop. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the front of what the um representative of that organization, who is a salesperson. So what he does is that he relates with what the point of sale system. We call it POS system. So the POS system contains the transaction, tracks sales, manages inventories, even understand customer preferences. It ensures accuracy and personalization, and it also after doing that, we also need the systems that brings all these things together. That is where the ERP system comes in. So the managers want to see what is happening from the what from the cashier end. We want to see what from the accountant end, from the customer support end. We want to so this one we're able to we want to see what's happening at the stock end. So to be able to prevent stock from running out, we want to ensure that costs are being managed properly, and all the organization efficiency are being improved properly. So that's the reason why they need an ERP solution. So and last is that they need a Wi-Fi connectivity. It's another information system part. So this one also include the hardware, software, network. The small scale example of how business use information to stay competitive locally and globally. So I noted here that without these systems in place, a business will face significant challenges in tracking sales, managing supplies, and understanding customer needs, highlighting the critical role of information system in modern operations. So I won't be going through this. It's just good for knowledge base. That's the historical evolution of information systems, and how did it come around? How did we come around or about information system? How do you come about information system? You need to understand that in the early before 1900, it was always a body language, a sign language. Do you know that these days there's even one thing that happens for those of us that have given birth to children now, you find out that they don't even understand what is called body language again. Yes, because evolution. There's a lot of things that have evolved. I remember those times when our parents would send us to okay, we'll follow our parents to either a friend's place and probably a party, and they will ask us, "Do you want to eat?" Yeah. What do you do next? The next thing to do is to be able to look at your mom's face and see, should I eat? If she blinks, good. If she did not blink her face, if you try to eat, you know what used to happen. Hmm? Some of us is our dad. Yes, that's when we go out like that, all the rules are in place. So these are all the early communications, but it's faded along the time. Though some people still do it, but most of the children now they don't even understand what is body language. Do you understand? They don't really understand what is body language. Uh, okay, so we have early communication. So we have early computing. So we also moved. Well, we have the telegraph and telephone, where electronic messages are being sent via message transmission and so on. So we have the early computing using the abacus, the analog, the calculators. We have the ARPANET at internet. This was when the internet came into being. So we have the ARPANET linked computers for resource sharing. Currently, we have the TCP and then the IP established data transmission and so on. And currently, we are in the world of Web 2, yeah, where content are being developed, they are being stored and distributed even via mobile devices. So you don't need to have a laptop to do a lot of things. You don't need to have a tab to do a lot of things. You don't even need to access any of the information over the world. You don't even need a lot of things. All you just need now is to sit down in your house, connect to your internet, and do what? Have access to all these things. Let's move on inch ahead. Let's look at some of the future trends and some of the impacts of information systems. So that it keeps on evolving. Now we have artificial intelligence. I'm very sure all of us have about artificial intelligence. You've seen how artificial intelligence um can impact every your day-to-day activities. We have the machine learning, which allows systems to improve performance on tasks based on the data that have been supplied to it. We also have the blockchain, which provides secure, decentralized record keeping, enhancing transparency and trust in transactions. And funny enough is that as of today, blockchain security is one of the best security that is available. It's very, very expensive to be able to crack. Yes, very, very expensive to crack. So let's look at the impact on organization operation. I did something, and I said that when we have the impact of information system on organization, we should be able to have what are the gaps. What are the gaps? What are the gaps? So the impact of information systems. So, number one, the first impacts or the benefit of information systems on organization operation is, it's improved efficiency. We call it improved efficiency. That is reduced time, effort, and costs in tasks like inventory management and payment processing, and so on and so forth. Robust decision making. Don't forget that you're going to be learning a lot of tools to be able to help provide timely information, and you're going to be drawing up a lot of scenarios. You're going to be helping to strategically plan, and you're going to be able to analyze some risk in that particular system itself, and you'll be able to forecast any form of decision that might affect that particular system that is being built or that is currently available in that particular organization. Another one is enhanced communication. Yeah, we have enhanced communication. So we're going to facilitate collaboration and information sharing among teams and colleagues. We have increased productivity. We have competitive advantage. Advantage is enabling better customer service and strategic planning to gain an edge in the marketplace. So let's move on a little bit. So let's look at some of the frameworks and standard. Some of the framework and standard in the information systems. And before I move on, I need to let us understand why some of the challenges that we have with information systems, but which comes with you analyzing the risk ahead. Yes, number one is a security risk. So, when you are trying to plan which kind of application it's good for your organization, you need to put some things in mind to ensure that your security is not breached. That is to say, you don't allow hackers, you don't allow any form of virus, you don't allow any form of data breaches, that can particularly damage that particular systems that you're working with within the organization. So how do you do this? Example is you have to ensure that every person that's going to be using your application or something, it's just an example, uses what? As a two-factor authentication, which we have moved towards multi-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication initially, and the multi-factor means that one was your password and any other thing. Multi-factor means that you can have as many um, um, security levels. That is, you can decide to use your what? You can decide to use your password, use your PIN, use your um use your use your what's it called? Biometrics, your facial recognition, use pattern and other things. That's 2 MFA. And the 2FA is just password and any other. Do you understand? So that's one of the challenges that information systems, if not being practiced very well in an organization, that is what it brings to every organization. The first one that happens is that there's going to be a security risk. So you as an information system expert, you are able to determine what are the um, 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 security risk that are going to be available in that particular system that you're currently using or the one that you're about to start developing. Another one is high cost. Yes, if there's no information system expert in the organization that can help to be able to, tell an organization that instead of having several applications in the organization, why don't we just have an ERP system that can be able to, manage and plan carefully all the processes of the organization. So why is that we don't have to have why is that we don't have an ERP system in the organization? So rather than saying that, now let me give an example that's very common. We have Google, we have Microsoft, we have Zoho. So now Zoho has its own ERP, Microsoft has its own ERP, Google has its own ERP. So why is that you have to use Google, use Microsoft, and use Zoho? So why is that you don't unite everything together just under one ERP? Under that ERP, you have everything. You have your CRM, you have your account, you have your customer support, you have everything inside the ERP. Don't forget I said it connects with all the processes and all the systems together in the organization. So you have to ensure that you are able to reduce cost for the organization to be able to what? To be able to use all that money to be able to do things like staff training, ensuring that you are able to cut the best costs out of whatever the organization is doing. So another thing that happens if you are not practicing information system properly in an organization, don't forget I've said there's going to be a security risk. That is to say that example that I said the other time was you need to detect the risk that is attached to that particular system. The bulk of all an information system expert that does that. At the high cost, you're able to cut it down so drastically and so beautiful in the procurement of hardware, in procurement of software, and probably in the even in trying to even employ staff. You're able to manage that using just a single platform, which we call the ERP. So we have the organization should also be able to be resistant to change. Yes, they should be able to be resistant to change. That is, a lot of people don't want to use new things. They don't want to use new things. But by the time you have an ERP solutions, don't forget that everything will be together in just one single application, and you can be able to navigate within within those systems. So it's going to be very easy to be able to navigate within those systems. So we have sometimes it can even cause system failures when this particular application is faulty, then the other ones will have to wait before it comes back up. But by the time you have them together, it's always very hard before you have technical issues like that. Or probably you can even be able to trace any form of technical issues that might happen. So now I hope you're able to understand what are the impacts of information system on organization operation, and then one of the gaps, one of the uh, challenges organization will face if they don't have information system in let me say being used in their organization. So let's quickly move to frameworks and industry standard in information systems. One of the things that this section covers is that it focuses on frameworks and industry standards in information systems. Identify key frameworks and standards in information systems. Correlate this knowledge as an IS professional, then you are able to understand characteristics and role of IS professional. So let's quickly um sorry, Demola, I think you have a lot of chats you have a lot of messages in the chat for you. You have a lot of messages.
I'm actually trying to sort out the error there, so
Okay,
I'll
okay, okay,
respond to it
thank you.
shortly.
Okay, thank you. So we will respond to everyone shortly. So these are the things I'm going to be looking at this in the next section now, and then we'll be calling it a day from there. So are we going on a break, Demola?
Yes, the break is sorted for 12. So if you want us to go on a break right now, there's no problem, and we'll resume back
Okay.
probably.
So what I want us to do is I want us to vote in the class so that I would like us to close early. Do you understand? I would like us to close early. Since I'm the one taking the second session too, I would like us to
Oh,
take um the break early. So maybe by 11:30 we can go for like a 10 minutes break so that we'll just quickly take water, take a walk around, then we'll come
oh,
back to be able to complete this class. So let me just quickly use like 2 minutes to be able to ask that in the class. Do you support that, or we go for a 30 minutes break? I need your suggestion in the class, please. Do you want us to go for a 30 minutes break, or just quickly go for 10 minutes, then we'll come back and complete this session for today? Please, I need your input on this, everyone. You're supposed to go for a 30 minutes break, okay? I need one more person. Okay, thank you very much. So by 11:30, I'm going to thank you very much, everyone. So I'm going to release everybody by 11:30. So we'll come back by 11:40 to be able to, okay, let's do that. Let's start now. So by 11:40, we're going to be coming back to be able to start this particular session, and that is the frameworks and industry standard information systems. Then we'll come, then we'll close everything for today. So let's quickly take a walk around. Thank you very much, everyone. I want to appreciate everybody that have been very attentive. Everybody that have been contributing to the class. It's been very awesome having you here. So let's go for a break now. We'll be back by exactly 11:40. So Damola, please take note of that. We'll be back by 11:40.
to register, come up for the program. Mr. Ayoola, can you hear me?
Because I can hear you clearly.
All right, all right. Thank you very much. You can proceed now, sir. Thank you. And also, the attendance list has been fixed, so you can check the attendance list and make sure you fill the attendance list. All right. While we wait for Mr. Ayoola to take over, the Mentors Day registration link has also been sent to the chat box, so you can find it there easily, and kindly do your registration as soon as possible.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. So, I hope so far so good. Well, we've been able to really understand what really information systems really means. Don't forget that I mentioned initially that it's going to help us to be able to know what we really want to do. We've been able to mention a lot of things. We've talked about the types of information systems. We talk about the five components of information systems. We've spoken about each one of them. Then we give an example of what are the things that are needed in a coffee shop experience. Like what are the things that they are supposed to be available. We said instead of just having a point of sale, ensure that you do what you have an ERP in place. An ERP will have the point of sale inside, it has the customer relationship inside, that's everything inside, and the Wi-Fi connectivity. We'll talk about the historical evolution of the information systems too. We spoke about the future trends and the enduring impact of. Let's go move to the framework and industry standard in information systems. So now in the layman language, let's go back to the chat room. Let's go back to the chat room. In the layman language, what do you understand by framework, and what do you understand by industry standard? All these things that we are saying, I'm trying to ask is just it will help us to, it's just as if we're in a class and we're trying to communicate one after the other. So let's go back to the chat room. What do you understand by framework, and what do you understand by industry standard? Don't forget that I have everything in the what's it called? I have everything in the on the screen. So you don't need to uh tell me what's on the screen. So just tell me the difference between what do you understand when they say something is a framework and something is a standard. What do you think is the difference? What do you understand by the two of them? So I'm waiting here to let us to hear from everyone on the call. What do you understand by framework, and what do you understand by industry standard? What do you understand by frameworks, and what do you understand by industry standard? I know a lot of us will have been working with some frameworks in our organizations, will have implemented some standards in our organizations. And so let's see, everybody in the chat room, what do you understand by frameworks, and what do you understand by industry standard? I'm waiting, please. What do you understand by framework? I need somebody to bail me out. I'm waiting. What do you understand by? Thank you very much. So, you need to specify it to Elizabeth. Is it framework or industry standard? So let me rewrite it. Let me rewrite it. Is it framework or industry standard? So I don't guess for you. Framework and okay, and industry standard. Framework and industry standard. Okay, so a framework is an operational structure that helps organization or that helps a system to achieve its objectives. It's an operational structure that helps the system to achieve. Okay, Ayoluabaminile said framework is simply like the structure or the skeleton for guiding development of a system. Hmm, That's good. Framework is like a roadmap like that shows how to organize and manage something. That's good, Kelvin. Emmanuel said a framework. Emmanuel used ChatGPT for me. Emmanuel, I got you. Emmanuel, I got you. Yeah. But let's look at it together. It's a structured guide or what? A set of tools for building and organizing work, while an industry standard is an agreed upon rule benchmark that everyone in the field follows to ensure consistency and thank you very much. So framework is like a blueprint. Thank you very much, Mr. Tayo. Yes, it's like a blueprint or toolkit. So it's like a toolkit. Just remove the toolkit and put blueprints. Yes, because a lot of people used to don't know the difference between a blueprint and toolkit. Yes, you need a toolkit inside of a blueprint. Do you understand? Like the subset of a blueprint. So I will take it like it's like a blueprint. Yeah. Thank you very much. So Olivia said the framework is like a guideline or structure you can follow. A guideline or structure you can follow. Joseph said framework is a structured approach, while standard is set of rule. Set of rules, structured approach. That's good. So industry standard is like a common rule book or guideline that most companies in specific field agree to follow. I like that. Though I'm seeing ChatGPT defined word there. I'm catching some people. A standard is a set of specific or agreed rules. Okay, good everybody. Thank you very much. Let's clap for ourselves there. We've all said it correctly. So a framework, is just is simply a guideline. I like the way Mr. Tayo said it, a blueprint that helps you as a professional to be able to build and manage systems properly. To be able to build and manage system properly. So let's do something there. Let's do something there. Coming. Okay. So can say so we can say a framework equals to what? Blueprints or guideline. Guideline. I get me. That also leads to what? To help manage systems properly. So let me reduce this a little bit so that it's yes. So 23. Okay. So cover. Let's put this one here. So let's make it red. So a framework is what? Is a blueprint or guideline that helps organizations or helps professionals, yeah, everybody on the call, to be able to what? Help them manage, build what? Systems properly. Let's put build there. Help them build, and manage system properly. So we can say that this structured set of guidelines and best practices that is being designed to guide your development, implementation, framework, or maintenance of a business process or systems. While the industry standard is what is a widely adopted policy. So the way I used to define industries, I used to say that everybody agreed what to use this particular rule to ensure that all the system works well. Everybody was agree that this people come together to agree that this is a widely adopted policy, procedure, or requirement that promotes efficiency, interoperability, quality across goods and services with a specific industry. Don't forget that framework is what is a blueprint. Why the standard is an acceptable rules. One is a blueprint, one is an agreed rules, all to be able to ensure that system are managed properly and what systems are managed properly and all systems can work very well. They are secure and they can connect to what to others. One of the things I want you to look at this is that in food, you know, cooking of a food, for an example, we can say framework is the recipe, the list of all the items, the Maggi, the something, add 2 spoons, add 3, 4 spoons. Some of us we can even add what's it called? Add plenty water so that you won't be cooking a burnt offering. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So those are what? Those are the sets of what? Of guidelines. Those are the blueprints that you need to follow. So to cook jollof rice now, are you getting me? So we have a lot of though Nigerians and Ghanaians, they are always fighting over who is the best person that cooks jollof rice best. So though it's not an enmity, it's just what we just use to catch cruise amongst ourselves. One of the things that used to happen is that Ghanaians will say, no, this is what you need to do. You need to add this particular recipe, add this, add that. No, Nigeria will say, no, to be able to do that, you need to add this, add that, add this, add that. Even if we ask another country, they can even tell you, no, we don't use vegetable oil, we use palm oil. to cook our what? Uh our jollof rice. We don't use vegetable oil. We use so those recipe, the set of rules is what we call frameworks. Why the agreed rules, the agreed one that everybody needs to put together to be able to make sure that it's we achieve at that particular stage is what is the standard. So the framework might be different for everybody. So if I'm in the banking industry now, I can decide to go for one framework or the other. But what is the agreed rules that guides that particular usage of system in the organization is what is the industry standard. So the industry standard is always widely adopted. I guess in policy, procedure, and every other thing. Why the what? Why the framework is what? Just a set of guidelines, like your password policy now. It's a framework that takes what method to be able to ensure to have a good password. The industry standard will check if those standards are in place. So let's go move to why it matters to be able to why frameworks and the industry standards, why it matters in information system, why it matters in information system. Number one thing that you need to understand that it helps every information system professionals to be able to plan, build, and manage systems. Don't forget that was the definition we gave. It helps you to be able to what? To plan, to be able to build, and to be able to manage systems. Another one is that you need to understand that it ensures that there's a safe, reliable, and compatible systems in the organization. So all systems are safe, they are reliable, and they are compatible. That is another benefit or reason why these frameworks and the standards are being used in the organization. First one I said to help you to be able to plan, it helps you to be able to build and manage systems. The second one I said it helps you to be able to ensure that all your systems are safe, they are reliable, and they are compatible. You need to understand that these particular frameworks and standard provides best practices. Do you understand? They provide best practices and the type of training that you really need or awareness that you really need to give. Do you understand? So industry standard ensure appropriate infrastructure and technological component for efficient system functions and their what compatibility. Lastly, I will say is that these standards also make teamwork and communication easier. So everybody on that systems will be able to know what they really need to do, what they really need to do. So, for example, a fitness app uses a framework to help users set goals, track intake, and access expert um, suggestion, enabling effective daily life. So let's go look at some of the key frameworks that we have. As I mentioned the other time, I said password policy. What control is most of the time the frameworks that are being used is the NIST framework. Is the NIST framework. So it's widely accepted. It's widely accepted, but it's not being a standard that is being used. Do you understand? Not everybody uses it as a what as a standard. That is, nobody uses it as an agreed rule that everybody. That is, when you get to a place, it's the same thing when you get to place B or location C. Probably when you get to organization A, it's the same thing that applies to organization B. So let's just say that a standard, a framework, everybody have access to it, but the standard is what guides each and every one. Everyone have agreed that this is what we are going to be using for all our processes. So we have a lot of frameworks. Example is the Agile, we have the COBIT, we have the ITIL, we have the McKinsey 7S. This is very beautiful. We have the SFIA, that's SFIA. We have the waterfall, and we have the Zachman. The agile and the waterfall are always for project management. They're always for project management most of the time. And the ITIL and the COBIT too, they are always used for managing of IT services and processes. And then the McKinsey, always aligns people and strategies together. So let's quickly look at each of them. What Agile and COBIT really means. Agile is a project management framework. Divide projects into phases or sprints. So teams examine progress and adjust. So let me just say, Agile Agile manages projects in short steps. So it divides projects into phases or into sprints. So it manages projects in what? In short steps. So another thing that you need to understand is that we need to look at is like, we are building in small blocks and we're trying to adjust it as we go. So we are building it and we're trying to adjust. So that is in phases or sprints. So in phases means each of the section. In sprints means as we progress. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? As that's agile methodology. So it manages projects in short steps. So there's a specific steps that is being that's been so this COBIT too, control and govern information system processes. So what it does is that it's a framework for developing and maintaining information system using 5 processes. That is, number one is evaluate. It uses 5 processes to be able to develop and maintain information system. That the first one is the evaluate, the second one is to direct, the third one is what? The monitor. Then the fourth one is the align, and the last one is to plan. And the sorry, align, plan, and organize. That's APO. So then we have build, acquire, implement. That's BI. We have the deliver service support. That is the DSS. Then we have the monitor, evaluate, assess. That's the MEA. And last one is promote. And this is promoted by the ISACA. So look at the first one. That's through the EDM, evaluate, direct, monitor. The second one is what? APO. That's align, plan, and organization. The third one is build, acquire, implement. Then the fourth one is deliver, service, support. And last one is what? Monitor, evaluate, and assess. So these are the 5 processes which COBIT use to be able to, control and govern the information system processes in every organization. So it uses the EDM, the APO, the BAI, the DSS, and the MEA. Let's go move to ITIL and McKinsey. So this ITIL and McKinsey are always called the service and the strategy. Yes. So what ITIL does is that it manages all IT services and support. Yes, all the IT services and support. So one of the things that you need to do is that it has a comprehensive framework of documentation for managing IT best practices. It's being managed by Axelos. It offers guidance and certification for 26 processes in what? In service, strategy, design, transition, operation, and what? Improvement. So what ITIL does basically is that it manages IT services and support. What COBIT does is that it controls and governs information system processes. And what Agile does is that it manages projects what? In short and in sprints, or you can say it manages projects in what? In phases, or in what? In sprints. In sprints. So let's move to the McKinsey 7S. Wow, this McKinsey 7S, what it does is that it only aligns people and strategy. Yes, it only aligns people and strategy. And it focuses on organization efficiency through interaction and coordination of what we call 7S. 7S. The first one is what? Is staff. So talk about the staff, talk about the utilization, talk about the onboarding. So we have the structure of the organization, you talk about the strategy of the organization, We talk about the skills that is in place. We talk about the system itself. This is the technology. We talk about the staff, and we have the shared value. So you find out that these are the 7 A's that McKinsey use to be able to align people and strategy in what in information systems. So we're going to be looking at all these things one after the other during the course of the training. So don't forget, I said it's help align organizations for effective information system development. That is what it does. So it aligns people, aligns organization for what? For effective information system development. So we also have the SIFIA, that is SFIA, that is Skill for Information Age. And what this does is that it defines skill levels for IT jobs. It defines skill level for IT jobs. So this one groups a comprehensive list skills and the competency for all the IT industries that is structured into 7 steps. Do you understand? So it groups them into each steps. So if you want to know where you really are, so you have the level 1, which means follow. So what it does is that it's an entry level. We have level 2, is assist. So everybody that is good, all the professionals in the organization, all the skills in the organizations will be based on these 7 steps of CFIA, which we are going to be using in our upcoming sessions. So we also have the waterfall and the Zakpan. Hey, please excuse me, please give me just 2 minutes. I need to plug my system, please.
Please let's hold on. I think Mr. Ayala was picked up. Please just hold on for him to step up on the call.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm back on the call. Thank you. Sorry, I was running out of battery, so I need to plug in. So we have the waterfall and the Zekman. All these that I mentioned, the Agile, the COBITS, the ITIL, the McKinsey 7S, the CFIA, all are what examples of frameworks. Example of frameworks. They are all example of what? Example. Let's go at waterfall. So it's a structured linear framework for project management. Don't forget I mentioned the other time that Agile and waterfall are for what? They are for project management organization. So in every organization, so if you are not using an agile approach, you are going to be using a waterfall approach. And I said that the agile, the way things are being managed is that you keep on building and keep on adjusting. So you keep on building and you are adjusting. So you have the phases and you have the what? You have the steps. You have the phases, you have the steps. That's the sprints. You have the stages. But in waterfall, all the steps have to be followed in total. You have everything from the ground to the what to the finishing. So you have to ensure that you follow the design, you follow the implementation, you follow the verification and testing. You have to follow them one after the other. That's waterfall. And most organizations also used to use the hybrid version. So whereby they have the waterfall implementation already, and they also have the agile. So while they are doing it in every of the phases, they also have what the agile. That is to say, they can be able to adjust as they also proceed. So that's the difference between agile and the waterfall. So I told you that agile does what? Manages projects in what? In short steps. Are you getting me? And sprints. So, but waterfall build system step by step. So you have to follow all the step one after the other. From what? Requirement completion to what? To logical designs to what? To physical designs. Yes, requirement completion to logical designs to physical designs to implementation, then verification and testing, then lastly, maintenance. So let's go look at the Zachman framework. What it does is that it organizes what system designs. It organizes system designs. So this particular one provides a structure for developing and organizing enterprise architecture artifacts. So it uses a 6x6 matrix, asking what, how, where, who. So all these things we're going to be seeing them during the course of the training. So you'll be seeing how Zachman framework works. You'll be seeing how you use what question, how question, where question, who question, when question, and why question to be able to identify stakeholders' needs and perspective for what a robust information system. So all these things that Zachman framework does using this the 6x6 margins is to ensure that it organizes all the systems design. You might not use everything, you just need to take one or two, are you getting me, and implement for your organization. Or probably you can have an hybrid approach for it. So whenever you are using the agile, you can also use the framework. Or probably you just use only the waterfall, or you only use the agile. And if you have to use ITIL, the process of ITIL, whereby you manage all the IT services and support, all you just need to do is to do what? Is to follow what the framework says. Let's move to the industry standard itself. Let's move to the industry standard itself. So the first one in industry standard is that we have the ASIS or ASIS. What it does is that it trains security professionals. We use this particular standard. We've all followed this particular security standard to be able to train security professionals. That's ASIS. So if you look at my screen, you see that we said global organizations providing training and certification for security professionals like people, property, and information. That is ASIS. So we also have the FISMA. That's another standard. So FISMA is being protected by government data. So it's the federal government of an organization that protects the data of people. So e.g. is the US agencies that use it to avoid data like what's it called? NDPR, like GDPR, like for people in Kenya, KDPR, and so on, whichever data protection organization that you have in your organization, those are the FISMA. So this particular FISMA, which is the Federal Information Security Modernization Act, is one that sets guidelines for every government and contractors to minimize what data loss. So all those things that are in the NDPR or NDPA Act, yes, NDPA, all of them, they are being guided by the FISMA standard. So we also have the ISO IS 20,020, IS 20,020. So this one is always guide to be able to educate programs. It's for education programs to be able to do what? To be able to let me say competency model guiding higher education in information system program to prepare students for career. So the IS 20,020 helps to be able to prepare students for all their career. So it helps schools teach the right information system skills So if any organization wants to take any information system training, it is the IS 2020 or 2020 that's being used to train them. So we have the ISO IEC 27,001. Yes, I'm very sure a lot of us will have been aware of this. If you have not even been aware of the FISMA IS 20,020, IS ASIS, and probably TOGAF. Some of us have not heard about TOGAF. So the 27,001 is also called Information Security Security Management System. Information Security Management System, that is ISMS. So it's a worldwide standard defining security requirements for information systems against cybercrime and data threats. So it keeps systems secure from cyber threats. That's what 27,001 does. All banks, I can assure you that, implement this. They have this as a standard that governs them. So if you walk through the banks, you see that they are ISO 27001 certified. Some are 9001, for especially those are in the productions. So you talk about 9001 that talks about quality management systems. So we have the TOGAF, that's the Open Group Architecture Framework. It protects it promotes best practices for enterprise architecture requirements management. That is to say, it helps to design the enterprise systems of an organization. That is TOGAF. TOGAF helps to define what the enterprise systems of an organization. Let's quickly move to the key rules of an information system professional. So one of the things that you need to understand that the information system professionals, they are the people, are you getting me, that does basically four things. They design, they are the one that build, they are the one that manage, and the one that protects, are you getting me, information system. I don't mean they are the one that does the work of the website developer or something, but they are the one that design, build, and manage and protect all those information systems, everything that has to do with hardware, with software, with data, with people, then with the processes. That's the five key components of what's it called, of information systems. So they are the one that does what? That does the old design, the building, and the manage and the protect. I don't mean the implementation. They're the one that does it. So they will first put it using a tool to be able to represent them and to be able to analyze them before they now really submit it to those particular people that are going to use it. Just like you are a UI UX developer is designing a website for a front-end designer to be able to do what? To be able to implement. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? That is how the information system professionals also work. So one of the things that they do also is that they use framework and standard to be able to guide their work and ensure that there's quality across board. Yes, one of the things that they do is that they use framework standard to be able to guide their work and ensure that quality is available across board. Let's go look at some of the key rules and what they do. Yes, some of the key rules and what they do. Number one is the CIO, that's the Chief Information Officer. So what's the work of the CIO? His job is to establish and maintain overall information security systems, ensures compliance. It does what? It establishes and maintains overall information systems and ensures compliance. So if you are a CIO, the job is to do what? Is to establish and maintain all the overall processes, overall building, overall design, overall manage, and overall protecting of information systems. So, and to also ensure that the system is compliant with whatever standard that you are using as a guide or you are adopting. So we have the data information system management. Yes, we have the data information system management or management. So what they do is that they manage people, they manage the technology, they manage the procedure, then to convert data to information. All the things that they do is to convert data into information. So they manage people, they manage so all the data that have been collected, the people, the tech, and everything are being managed by them. We have the database management team too. Yeah, so they develop procedures to organize, manipulate, then retrieve data. Then we have system analysis. Then we can call them system analysts. Do you understand? So what they do is that they study business needs and design solution. So what they do is that they study the business needs and they design solution. We also have the information system security risk management. Yes. So what they do is that they protect system from threats. That's what they do. They protect system from threats. So manages risk threatening in an organization. So we have the cloud computing unit too. So we also have focuses on using information system in the what? In the cloud for data storage and processes. We have data analytics, we have the information system project management. And what do they do? And that's the plan and lead tech projects. That's the only thing that they do. The information system project management, what they do is to be able to plan and lead tech projects. So they handle information system project through initiation to closure. And the data analytics, they transform raw data into useful information for decision making. So if I may ask you, so if you are joining an organization as an AIS or what's it called? Let's just say as an IS professional. Do you understand? As an IS professional. So which of these roles will you think you'll be fitting into currently? So let me throw that question back again. If you are entering into an organization currently, we are entering into an organization currently. Okay. That somebody said, please, I'm here to give my humble suggestion that please the course material should be shared as early as possible so that one will prepare adequately for each session and lecture will be interactive. Okay. Demola, I think please take note of that for subsequent classes too. So we can have it shared to them before the classes. So if I'm going to ask you, everybody, thank you very much. I don't know, the Games TV. Okay, for that suggestion. So if you are going to be filling any roles here currently, or if at the end of the day you want to transfer, you want to submit your certificate as an information system specialist or professional, what role will you be filling or fitting into currently? So let's just say, as at now, what you are doing currently, what role do you think you'll be fitting into? Thank you very much. Somebody has responded. Um, okay. So somebody wants to help me out. So which of the roles do you think you'll be fitting into currently? So are you going to be fitting into the CIO role that establishes and maintains overall information systems, or you're going to be fitting into the database management? You're going to be fitting in, okay, Mr. Steven says he's going to be fitting into the CIO. Yeah, that's the boss himself. Yeah, that's the boss himself. So who other brother? Let me just take some other people. What other roles do you think you are going to be fitting into? These are the roles that you can apply for, or you can be able to. Somebody, Amaka said cloud computing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So Mara says system analyst. Wow, So you're going to be working with more of data. Wow. Teslim to say CIO. Wow, this is good. This is good. So you also find that all these are what you're so it's going to really help you. All of the things are going to be all the tools that are going to be learning in these particular sessions are going to be helping us to be able to make nice decisions and good decisions. Thank you very much, Teslim. Thank you very much. Okay. Joseph said data information system management. Oh, that's good. So that's good. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. So I think we're able to understand the difference between framework and the difference between a standard. A standard is the agreed, widely used word, procedure or policy that guides the operation of an organization. Why the what? Why the framework is the what? Is the best practices or guideline that is being adopted by every organization. So you can decide to choose which one that you want to be using. But the standard is what is going to be common among all the organizations. So when you move from each of the organization niche, like bank, financial sector, you understand, they have their own standard that they follow, and they have equal standard that they follow because that's generally agreed on. When it comes to framework, each of them choose which of the framework works best for them. Do you understand? They choose which of the framework. Don't forget that every of this framework is just to ensure that we are achieved at just one solution or one point, and that is arriving at a what? A very good and productive end. That's what we do. So let's look at information system and technology. We want to check how to be able to bridge the gap for the organization success. Don't forget that the two of them are being used together. It's our probabilities a lot of time. They use them together, and we need to understand that as a professional of information systems, you need to be able to differentiate between the two of them. You need to be able to differentiate between the two of them. So what is information technology again, and what is information systems? So I would like to tell you this, that information technology is the tool. Let's look at it like that. So let's say information technology is the what? Is the tool. So you can talk about your hardware, you can talk about your software, you can talk about the network, you can talk about everything that makes that particular system work. So that tool is what? Information technology. So I'm trying to bring it down to the simplest definition. I can say that information system what? Is what? The full steps that uses IT to collect, process, and what? Use data. Is what? Is the steps that what? That uses information technology to what? To collect, process, and use data. So now, let me ask, in a simple term, yes, looking at definition of information technology and information systems, which one is the engine and which one is the car, whole car itself? Do you understand? So which one is the whole car, which includes the driver, it includes the fuel, it includes everything. You understand? So which one is the engine itself and which one is the car between information technology and information system? So for my definitions and explanations for information technology and the information systems. So which one is the car? Which one is the engine? Okay. Somebody have said something. Okay. Hey, sorry. Okay. Information system is the car and information technology is the engine. I disagree. Any other person that either agree or disagree with Mary. So Mary is saying that IS is the car. Yes, is the car. And information technology is what is the engine. Okay. Mr. Steven said information technology is the car, while information system is the engine. I also disagree. Okay. Elizabeth says information technology is the engine and information system is the car. Okay. Who again has a contrary opinion? Let me just take one more. Who again has a contrary opinion? Which one is the car and which one is the engine? From my last definition, or from the definition or what you understand about what? About information technology and information system. Which one is the car and which one is the engine? Okay. Information technology is the engine, while information system, wait, I missed some. Information technology is the engine, while information system is the car. So, Josiah said information system is the engine, while information technology is the car. Okay, so Tesla says information technology is the engine, while information system is the car. So let's mark the votes here. I'm coming. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, somebody has dropped his own. 6. So we have 6-2. So the 6 says, and somebody has voted again, IS is the engine and IT is the car. Okay, so we have that to be 3 votes. So we have 6. Okay, somebody said another one again. Wait, okay, vote as close. Voting as close, please. Voting as close. Nobody should come in again. Information technology is the engine and information system is the car. Wait now. Wait. Okay, now. The Games TV. So I don't know your name, please. I don't know if you can help me reference that on the, so I won't be calling it Games TV. We go by your first what's it called? By your first voting. You said information technology is the engine. Abi? And information system is the car. That's what you said, right? So let's look at the votes together. So from up coming. So Kevin said information technology is the car, while information system is the engine. So 1. So Joseph said, okay. Mary said information system is the car, right? While information technology is the engine. So that is 1-1, right? So okay, let's tabulate the result on the screen so that hold on 1 second. Okay, information. Sorry. Okay, so I'm coming. So 1, Mary 1, yeah. So Steven said information technology is the car, while information system is there. So we have 2-1 like that. So Elizabeth said information technology is the engine and information system is the car. So we have 2-2 like that. So I'm coming. Information technology is the engine, and while information systems, that is 3-2. So we have Josiah. So information system is the engine, while information technology is, that's 3-3. That's good. So Tesla said information technology is the engine, while information system is a car. That is 4-3. So Fatima said information technology is the car, right? While information system is the engine. That is 4-4. Wow, I like this. So the game said information technology is the engine, while information is the car. That is 5-4. So Jonathan said information system is the engine and IT is the, that's 5-5. This is a close voting. Emmanuel said information technology is the engine and information system is the car. That is 6-5. So Awal said information system is the car and IT is the engine. So that is 7-5. So Olivia is saying that IS is the car. So and the IT is the engine. That is 8-5. Then lastly, Olivia again. Okay, yes. So that is 8-5. So permit me to announce the results, or I don't know. Demola, should I announce the results or I should keep it to the end of the class? Hello, Demola.
Now, Mr. Ayoola, you can announce the results.
I should announce the results. People are okay. We are not counting any vote again. You know, INEC has taken they've taken it out of the collation center to the rec office. We cannot count it again. So the people that won is those that have the highest vote. That is 8 and 5. I'm sorry to say that you come again next time. That is to say that the IT is the engine. Yes, it's just what makes that particular thing work. You understand? Example of engine is normal engine, your gear, your what's it called? Your what do you call it? Power steering, your so those are engines, the power steering, your alternator, and the other ones. Those are engines. So I will not talk about the car itself. We talk about the engines, we talk about the body, we talk about the steering, we talk about the seats, we talk about every tires, what are wipers, the glass, the screen, and every other thing that is a component of that particular car. So do you understand? That's the difference between the two of them. So one is just like a bit, while the other one is like one is the subsection of one. So the information security overwhelms what the whole the information security overwhelms what the whole information technology. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Huh? I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So that's it. Thank you very much, everyone. Don't forget, I said in my class, there's nobody that wins, there's nobody that loses. But sometimes we can always have voting. And for those people that voted right, you can clap for yourself. That's good. That shows that we are following very well. So now let's go look at information security, information system foundation. Yes, I think this is where we should be closing the gap up today. The information system foundation. So, the US Department of Labor Information Technology Competency Model defines essential knowledge, skills, and abilities for information system professionals. So there are only two. So we only have the competency defined and the competency model. So that's the information system foundation, that is the professional competency. So the defined means that you have the ability to apply specific skills, experience, and personal characteristics to do a job effectively. While the model is the framework that identifies the required competencies for employees to perform their job role successfully. So the difference between competency defined and competency model is that one deals with the skills, one deals with the experience, and that particular person, is he creative, is he not creative, does he know how to be able to create alternative and other things to be able to do that particular job effectively. While the competency model does gives the framework, that is to say the baseline, the guideline that helps to be able to do to be able to ensure that those particular competencies are being acquired by by those skills to be able to perform those jobs successfully. So we only have two types of professional competencies. Don't forget, defined and the model. Competency defined and the model. The competency defined speaks to the ability to apply the skills, the experience, the personal characteristics to be able to do that particular job effectively. And the competency model, identify which of the frameworks that is required for that particular defined competencies, to be able to ensure that those jobs and roles are being performed successfully. Some of these things are what's it called? Let me go back to these professional competencies and break it down to something that happens almost in most of the African countries currently. Let's go to the schools. Do you understand? Even organizations, what they do is that whenever there's a gaps in any role, what they do next is that they just need to get somebody, an external person, to come and fill that role. They don't want to know that that person has that skills. They don't want to know whether that person has a competency. They don't even want to know whether that person can achieve it. Do you understand? That is why it is very good to be able to understand that there's always a framework that guides these particular skills and competencies of every of the people that are going to be executing the job effectively. So let's look at the essential competency elements. Yes, the essential competency elements. Those forget that we've said that we have to, that is defined our model. Then the elements includes what? Personal effectiveness. So we said that success in any occupation, yes, even including the information systems, relies on a blend of what? Personal, academic, and workplace, alongside those specific expertise. Don't forget the 5 competencies of what? Of core competencies of what? Of IS, the hardware, the software, the data, the people, and the what? And the procedure or processes. So we found out that every success of every organization depends on these 5 things. So the people now are the professionals. They are the people that are going to be given the right set of skills to be able to what? Perform a particular job or role on that particular system that's going to be developed or built. So we talk about personal effectiveness. So some of the things that you need to note to be able to have success is number 1, personal effectiveness. Every job role or people that are going to be having a responsibility on every of the system that's going to be designed, that's going to be built by you, who is a professional of what? Of information system, have to have an interpersonal skills, that is personal skills. The person has to have integrity. The person has to have initiative. That is, the person has to be able to create alternatives, dependability. That is, no matter what happens, you'll be able to what? To be able to deliver, even though you don't have the right resources, but you'll be able to deliver. And the last one is willingness to learn. These are what? The personal effectiveness that is composed of the essentials of a competency element. This what is what the competency defined and what the competency model. So for the competency model, we are going to include the personal effectiveness, the academic foundation, the workplace skills, the industry-wide technical. And for those particular defined, that is the people, what they need to do is that for personal effectiveness, the person has to have a personal skills. You understand? Have to have integrity. Some people don't have integrity. Some people, they don't even have initiative. Tell them to go straight. No, tell them, go and bring that thing for me. Or probably tell them, achieve this thing. Because the normal way to achieve that thing is not working, they will still stay there. They will not think very deep. You're going to find a way to just shift a little bit or bend a little bit to achieve. That is initiative. Or probably dependability, that is to say, some people don't even have the you can't trust them to deliver. They will never deliver. And some people, they can't learn. Yes, they are not willing to learn, and they cannot even know anything. Just tell them from tomorrow to, they will say, it's what you told us that we are doing. It's what you told us that we are doing. They are not willing to be able to learn how to be able to work, to make the work better and achievable. Another one is academic foundation. We have to ensure that all or everybody that's going to be in the competency defined have to have a proficiency in reading. They have to have a proficiency in writing. You have to have proficiency in probably problem solving, that's mathematics, and relevant business or technology knowledge. Yeah, I was trying to say in the educational system in Africa, something used to happen a lot of times, and which I think has been one of the things that have caused the decline in education in Africa. So, as an information system professional, this is what is going to guide me to be able to get the right set of people on that particular skill set. So, just imagine somebody teaching primary one leaves to another better place, or probably basic one, or whatever we use. Then you just find out that the next thing that the school does is that instead of trying to get somebody that will replace, they'll get the cleaner, because the cleaner can speak good English. Are you getting me? At least let him go to that particular place. That's why sometimes ago, I remember I went to a school, and by the time I was trying to, I went there for an event. So by the time I was just walking through the classes, and I saw a teacher commit a very big time blunder. Can you imagine a teacher saying that 12 minus 12 minus 39? This was for a primary, so it was not this minus. So they said subtract, or probably, yes, subtract 12 from 39. Subtract 12 from 39. Do you know what the person did? Normally, the 12 is supposed to be under, while the 39 is supposed to be up. When I got to the class, I saw the woman did it differently. She put 12 up, like this, and 39 down. And 39 down. So then she put a minus. She said 2 minus 9. That's not possible. You write 0. Right? He said 1 minus 3. He said because you did not because this one was not possible, then you now say 12 minus 3. So that is what? That is 9. So this was what he gave to the students. At the end of the day, I asked her to stop and call the head of the school to come and check what is the meaning of this. So later I was told that the person came all the way, that particular class did not have a class teacher again, that they have to go and get a cleaner, one of the cleaner, to come and be taking the class. Then what do you expect? I just use that as an example. So then the workplace skills, you have to check that too. That's part of the what? That's part of the competency model. The elements in the competency model that you really need to check. So teamwork, creativity, cooperative thinking, problem solving, effective decision making, and lastly is the industrial-wide technical. That's general competencies like database management and network administration. The person also have to have an idea, at least a basic idea of those things. So you need to ask, do you have Microsoft Word? Do you have Microsoft? Can you use Microsoft Word? Can you do this? Can you do that? So I think somebody has a question. Okay. So can you do this? Can you do that? So all those little things. Can you handle Microsoft Excel? Can you work with Microsoft PowerPoint? Can you work with all this basic? Can you work with Microsoft Access and so on and so forth? So these are the things that you really need to ask. So personal effectiveness, academic foundation, workplace, and the industrial. So this one will help us to be able to know the right set of people that we are going to be really working with in our team. So let's go look at beyond the basics. That is beyond everything that we've thought about today, beyond everything we've spoken about today. We want to look at is IS professionals require specialized knowledge in technology and information system to drive innovation and support organization objectives. So what are some of the knowledge that you really need to have as an information system professional, what are the basic knowledge that you really need to have? Number one is the IT principle. You need to understand core information technology concepts, like database and applications. You need to have an idea of all those things. You need to know what they really are. You need to have an idea of data and network. You can't say you are an information system professional when you cannot say anything about data and network. Also, we have the software and support. So you have to have an idea, a basic idea of software development, management, and user content support. Because by the time you are developing all these things, you'll be able to know how they really think, because you are going to be the one building the systems. They are the ones to implement whatever you have built. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? The last thing is to be able to understand what are the standards, what does the standard says, what are the frameworks that you are going to be using, what risk management, what do you understand by risk management? What do you understand by security? What do you understand by information assurance? And so on and so forth. So these are the things that beyond the normal things that you've known, beyond the normal definitions of what an information system professional is, you need to have basic knowledge. Are you getting me? In some of these things, so as able to ensure that you can be able to attend to any niche that's been posed to you as what as an information system professional. So let's go tailor some of these skills to some of our roles. We've mentioned some of the roles initially. We've mentioned the CIO, we mentioned the database management, we mentioned the data IS management, we mentioned the system analysis, we mentioned cloud computing, we mentioned data analytics, we mentioned IS project management, and so on and so forth. So some of these specific IS roles demand unique competencies. Yes. So you need to understand that before you can even say you want to do anything, you need to understand which niche that you are going to be working on. So in order to be able to work on some of these roles, there's some roles that demand a very unique competencies. Do you understand? So this one's just to be able to ensure that when you are faced with any challenges on the field, you are able to tackle them. Example is cloud computing. If you are going to be working in the cloud computing niche or domain, you have to have an idea of what networking and programming really is. You have to understand what machine learning is. You have to have an understanding of what virtualization and security really means. You are going to be working as a cybersecurity information system professional. So you have to understand what threat detection really means. Are you getting me? You have to understand what digital forensic and auditing really means. All this data security and privacy. You also have for system analysis. You have to understand for what system design and data analysis really means. Business analysis, problem solving, and critical thinking. What are all these things? What do they really mean? You have to have, even if not a full idea, you have to have a basic idea so that you can be able to create a solution that meets a need at the end of the day. And lastly is the management, which we are going to be working as an information system management for any management like team leadership. You have to understand what team leadership and delegation really means. You have to understand what conflict resolution really means. You have to work like risk assessment and policy development. So by the time you are using all these tools to be able to solve some of these problems, you'll be able to speak to each of or address each of the niche accordingly. Not that you have to address cloud computing with cybersecurity, or probably system analysis with management, or probably interchange it because because it's a process involved in creating a system for cloud computing. Then you have to implement the same processes for system analysis. No, you have to understand each of them based on their niche. You have to understand each of them based on their niche. So let's look at, I've said this the other time, information system the difference between the two of them. I said it at that time. So let's look at building your information system expertise. This is very important to me. It's important to every one of us. It's important to us as a professional. The more first thing that to excel in the information system field as a professional, one of the things you need to understand is that there are a variety of business and technology topics that's very crucial for effective solving and innovation. I've mentioned that in the skills for that you really need to have as an information system professional. I mentioned that some of the skills that you need to. So when you are addressing the computer, a cloud computing niche, what do you need to know? What do you need to know? You have to have a real idea. So let's really build some of this expertise. So as I said the other time, the first one in building an information system expertise is to be able to review operations to determine needs, how information system can address them. That's what we call business analysis. So business analysis comes in when you can be able to review operations to determine needs and how information system can address those particular needs. So now for cybersecurity needs, you can identify risk. I mentioned that initially in the skills here that's been tailored towards each of the roles that comes with information system professional. So as a cybersecurity information system professional, you can be able to identify risk and implement measures for robust risk management. For enterprise systems, so you'll be able to automate and coordinate operations with what integrated software packages. For IS design, that's information system design, you can be able to develop frameworks and structure for systems that meet specific needs. Then for network and programming, you can be able to understand what connects technologies and what does development of codes, for hardware and software. So people don't understand that the programming language that is used to develop normal application is different from the normal programming language that is used to develop an operating system. Do you understand? It's very, very different. Some people don't even have an idea what even programming language really means. What they just say is that I'm a programmer. I know HTML. It's HTML programming language. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So all these things are some of the things that you really need to understand, the basics of those things. So at least when you are designing any systems, you're designing any system for any organization, you'll be able to really speak to those fields, those niche, those domains accordingly. So pathway to professional growth. So what are the things that you can do to be able to ensure that you are successful as an information system professional? So we have different certifications. We have different certifications. Like if you listen to me very well, I've mentioned the ACP like 2 or 3 times today. So this one helps you to be able to, or guide you to be able to ensure that you are certified by an international organization. Do you understand? So apart from pursuing your degrees in information system related fields to build a strong foundational understandings, you need some of these certifications to be able to add to whatever transformation college is going to be giving you. That is, transformation college is the school. So you need some of these certifications to be able to help you, proceed further to show that you are certified to practice this all over the global world. So ACP, that's Associate Computing Professional. We have the BDMP, that's the Business Data Management Professional. We have the CBIP. We have the Certified Business Intelligence Professional. We have the CDP, that's the Certified Data Professional. So these particular certifications are industry certifications, and they help you to get specialized knowledge and training in areas like so. All these things we are going to be talking from next week going further is going to be tools and the necessary knowledge and things to be able to practice as what as um as an information system professional. So let's look at this is that to be able to navigate this industry, because you really need to understand where you are really going to fit in. Don't forget that you have to have a basic idea of all the fields that you're going to be working on. Do you understand? Ensure that you have a basic ideas, you have the right ideas, you have not only ideas, the right knowledge. Let me put it right, the right knowledge, yes, about each of the words of the niche or domains or fields that you're going to be working with as a what? As an information system professional. So IS professional must continuously adapt and innovate to navigate the complexity of this dynamic and rapidly changing industry. So said embrace lifelong learning and leverage frameworks like the information technology competency model that was mentioned the other time to be able to stay ahead in the evolving world of information system. So far so good. From 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock p.m., we'll be able to talk about how to be a what? An information system professional. How to become an information system professional. What are the things that you need? What are you, once somebody comes to you and is trying to mix up information systems, information security, information technology, how are you able to what? To break them down? So this brings us to the end of today's class. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayoola. It's been really wonderful. Please let's give Mr. Ayoola a round of applause in the chat box, please. Please let's all give Mr. Ayoola a round of applause in the chat box. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Let it keep coming, please. Let's give him a round of applause. Yes, yes, thank you so much. All right, so earlier we talked about Mentors Day program. So I'll be bringing that up right now, and I'll be sending the.
Sorry, I'm not sure if anybody has a question.
Oh,
Not,
okay. Please, if you have a question,
yeah.
please. If you have a question, please go ahead to unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself and ask your questions, please. Okay, I think you have a question in the chat box, Mr. Ayoola.
Yes, are these certifications permanent or renewable after some? Yes, they're always renewable after some years. Some of them are yearly, some of them are 3 years, some of them are 5 years, depending on what's it called, what's the because one thing that you should understand is that there's always an update. So once there's an update, you have to be certified for an update. But you don't pay up to the amount that you paid initially when you are getting the certification. Do you understand, Michael? So that's it. I think I'm able to answer that. So those just a renewal of that particular, so to ensure that you are up to date, you are current, you're able to know what is available. Is this lecture recorded? Yes, the lecture is recorded. Lecture is recorded. Yeah, thank you very much, Michael. Okay, I think if there's no question again, so you can proceed.
All right.
Because I want to be very proficient at mathematics to be an IS professor. No, when they say mathematics, they mean problem solving. Do you understand? It's not everybody that's very good in mathematics. No, it's not everybody that's good in mathematics. So it's problem solving, the ability to be able to solve problems. Do you understand? So what's solving problems involves calculations. You know, A plus B plus C plus D. So if A plus B plus C plus D is not working, then you can start from D plus C plus B plus A. Or you can first add B plus C, then you cannot add A to it, then later add D to it. So just all you just need to do is to arrive at what? A very concise solution. All you are doing as an information system professional is that you are helping an organization to be able to build a system that is workable. Do you understand? So when are we having the recording materials so that will be communicated? And the certificate of accredited, yes, it's accredited in Ghana. Yes, sir. It's accredited in Ghana. So can we get the slides? Yes, you would. We even have an office in Transformation College, have an office in Ghana. Says you want to go and collect the physical certificates. So, am I right?
Yes, you're right, Mr. Ayoola. The certificates are valid anywhere.
Even anywhere in the world, though, anywhere in the world. But if you want to get it, then there's an office in Ghana, I'm sure. Is this program any different from? Yes, it's different from SADC. Software application development, right? That's the SADC. It's a little bit different. This during the SADC, one thing that you have to understand is that we speak more of application development. We speak more of application development. During the CIS, we talk about the whole management process of application development, the people, the data that's being used, the hardware itself, that is the computer, the infrastructure. So we talk about all those things, the design of all those structure. Do you understand? Like now, example that I've given the other time is that imagine an organization, you want to develop what's it called? You want to develop an application for an organization. It is not the job of UI UX developer to start with. It is the job of the information system professional to first come up with how that particular organization are going to what are going to unite into one single face. So a lot of people used to take the information system professional out, probably because of the cost of hiring them. But it's their first job, or any products that's going to be designed, any products, apart from business analysts, apart from business analysts, every product that's going to be designed, the first person that really needs to work on that particular product, from the people to the products to the advertisement to the management to everything, all the processes that are going to be involved, is the job of the information system professional. Do you understand? So it's a little bit different. The SADC is different from the CIS. But during the SADC, all the knowledge that you need to become a CIS would be what? Would be what's it called? Will be given to you in that particular training. Because I wish we need a timetable for this program. Okay, it has been sent. I saw an evaluation from 1 to 10. Which number? Okay, that's okay. I think I've been able to answer everybody on that. Okay. Let's say this program has ended. This is entirely a new program. Yes, it has ended, and this is entirely a new program. So it would be good if the course material will be shared so that the lesson sessions will be very interactive. Yes, surely they will take note of that. The organizers will take note of that, and I'm very sure they will always do that. They will always send you. If it's sometimes always not readily available before the session, but if it's available, I want to assure you. I'm not even assuring you, they will assure you Let me put that way. So that you won't say I was the one that said that you will be available. So I think that's all for me. Um, that is what's it called? That is um, that's all from me. Thank you very much, everyone. Debo, over to you.
All right, Mr. Ayola, this is Emmanuel. Though. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Emmanuel again. Emmanuel is back.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayola. All right. So, um,
All
Mr.
right, thank
Ayola,
you,
please,
sir.
can you unshare so I can share my screen, please? Thank you. Okay, so right on the screen is our Mentors Day flyer. So we would appreciate everyone. We will ask everybody. It is compulsory to actually be on this program, and it's happening on the 1st of October by 10 a.m. So the registration link has been shared. Please, when you register, please click chat done in the chat box, please. When you're done registering for this program, for this Mentors Day, please chat done in the chat box. Please chat done in the chat box, everybody. When you're done registering, please chat done. All right, Olivia done, Teslim done, thank you. This is essential for everybody. Please chat done, okay? Okay, essay done, thank you so much. Oh, Steven done, thank you. So it promises to be really exciting. We'll be having Tola joining from USA. Is an AI guru. Will be taking us on the Mentors Day. Come with your questions. Come with everything. Esther Don, thank you. Daisy Don, thank you so much. All right, and also we have a feedback form. Tell us what you think about today's class. Tell us how we can improve. So please, you have that form to fill also. All right, I will be sharing the link to the WhatsApp group. All right, so I just shared on the chat box the link to um the WhatsApp group, and please endeavor to register so you would be recognized as a student of this program. So I also posted the registration link. So endeavor to register, join the WhatsApp group, and be part of this program. So thank you so much for joining us today. The material, the recording will be shared on the WhatsApp group. And don't forget the Mentors Day program on the 1st of October, Wednesday by 10 a.m. And also The class continues next week, Saturday, by 10 a.m. Oh, done, Josiah. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining the class today.